Now, event technology is really revolutionizing the way we plan and execute events these days. But we really need to remember that integrating tech into our events should serve a purpose way beyond just being, the latest trend, everyone's doing it, or a way that you're using to gussy up what could otherwise be a very blah meeting. Now, I was really inspired to write this video, we'll talk about this stuff, after a previous client asked me to suggest a piece of event tech that she thought, oh, if we bring that in, that will blow the minds of the attendees and make the event look better. And I really think they were missing the point, because event tech is not about, creating big fandango moments. It's about elevating the whole event experience, about helping to create a great feeling before an event, during an event, so that you are left with a great memory after the event. I suppose I like to think of using the event tech to shower delight or happy sparkles over the whole thing. Now, for me and many people, we go to events, yes, obviously for business reasons, but also for the connection and the education. And we will get so much more out of an event when we are actively involved in it. So if we want to create, these feelings of connection, inclusion, the sense of learning new things, we need to make the engagement at an event and the content really delightful and sparkling. So here's where event tech can really help us. And we also need to remember that it's pretty hard to delight people if they're starting off really annoyed because they had a really stressful check-in to the event. So you need the event tech to add sparkle there too, so that things are very streamlined. The registration is great. There's easy check-in processes and very straightforward navigating when you get to the event itself. So, great event tech that does really impressive stuff that helps everything sparkle can be really simple. Just things like live polling, interactive Q&A platforms, using AI to power matchmaking. These are all going to improve the networking and the discussions and that sense of community, inclusion, engagement, all those sort of things that your event attendees really want. And the data that you'll then gather from using this amazing event technology will just be so incredible for the content, because it really helps you curate exactly what the attendee wants to learn about, what kind of sessions are going to work best for them. And that means that you're creating sparkle for that event and your future events, because you're getting feedback, engagement metrics, participation levels. That's what's going to make the event really special, because it isn't like the big wow event. It's just all the little different things will be working perfectly. Now, as I've mentioned, I think before, event tech can be great to simplify the attendee journey, adding the sparkle that I'm talking about to the registration, the check-in processes, and the navigation. But just a little word of warning, it has to be really easy tech to use for your attendees, the things that they need to use it for, the applications and so on. And if it isn't going to be easy, there needs to be really simple training for attendees. Now, I say this as a non-tech native, and I sometimes need a little bit longer to get my head around new technology, new apps, new platforms, new things that people are using in events. And I know I'm not alone, and I'm really aware that too much of this stuff at once can freak your attendees out, which would be losing the sparkle. So make sure that it's done in a way that people can really easily use it. In essence, the key is that you need to be really intentional with your event technology. Every tech choice that you make should be a really deliberate step of creating sparkle around the whole experience, making the whole thing delightful, and move towards smoother registration, inclusive, interactive sessions, seamless networking, and really efficient information sharing. I'm going to finally say it again, use it to make the whole event sparkle.